Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 12 of Digital Innovation Talks. My name is Joanna Demirani, and I am the Project Operations Trainee at Youth Makers Hub. And today I'm really excited for this vidcast. Digital Innovation Talks is the theme of our AfriConEU vidcast series. For the ones wondering what a vidcast is, it is simply a podcast that contains video content. So the series includes 12 episodes starting in April 2022, and each episode will explore a different topic related to EU African digital innovation hubs and startup ecosystems. And this is officially our last vidcast episode. AfriConEU is a project that aspires to create the first Trans-Continental Networking Academy to support African and European digital innovation hubs in capacity building, knowledge sharing, networking, collaboration, joint projects, and venture development. The project has received funding from the European Union's Horizon 2020 Research and Innovation Program and is implementing from February 2021 until January 2024. It involves 4 partners from Africa and 7 partners from Europe. So it's time to start. The topic of our episode today is Young African Entrepreneurs, AfriConEU Ambassadors Project Impact. Let's introduce to our guest for today, Jude Akinyemi, Community Manager and Impact Maker, and also Francis Kwasing, founder of Sonsing Back Enterprise. Welcome, all of you. Thank you for being here. It's nice to have you in our last vidcast episode. So let's turn the spotlight over to you for a warm welcome to our audience and an introduction to your background and your origin. So Jude, let's start with you. Tell us a bit about yourself and where you come from.
Hi everyone, my name is Jude, and I have my background. So I have a deep, I have a background rooted in fostering innovation, creating opportunities, and building meaningful network. I used to say I'm a firm believer in community engagement as a tool for global development. I'm a community manager and impact maker. So recognizing the power of collaboration, I was drawn to the AfriConEU project and a way to accord me the opportunity to even do better for my community, realizing the diversity and the inclusion and the ability to also better network with other people. So I realized that this aligns well with my values, and hence the reason why I volunteered to be part of the ambassador of AfriConEU.
Thank you very much, Jude, for sharing. Unfortunately, we have a connection issue with Francis. So I suggest that, perfect. Francis is coming back. Francis, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Welcome back. So the floor is yours, Francis. Tell us about your background and your origin as well.
Okay, I'm Francis Kwesi from Ghana, as earlier shown and also on the screen right now. I am the founder of Sonsing Back Enterprise. I have the background of community development and development planning as well. But for now, I am into bag making, producing reusable bags to be able to curtail climate change issues and also as well help the society by impacting people's life through donations of educational materials and educational supplies such as backpacks, books, and other things. That is basically what I can say for now.
Thank you, Francis, for sharing as well. So should we proceed? I would like to ask you if you could share a bit about your background and what inspired you actually to become involved in the AfriConEU project as an ambassador. So, Jude, would you like to share?
Okay, like I said earlier, I am very passionate about building meaningful network and creating opportunity for my community, and as well fostering innovation. So I realized that African EU aligns well with my values. I realized that these are the things African Union are so passionate about. So I saw the need to have a collaborative effort to further make sure that this comes to reality. So I decided to be part of African Union because I want to do better for my community, better expose them to this innovation, networking opportunity and learning, and also the to come from to cross-fertilize ideas from various backgrounds, diversity included as well. So these are the things that made me decide that no, I need to be part of this project and better do more for my community.
Great. It's nice to hear that your values actually match with the project. Francis, could you answer to the same question? What inspired you to become involved to the African EU project as an ambassador? Would you like
Thank you very
to share
much.
it?
As Jude said earlier on, starting my business, yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you very much for the question. Joining African EU, I would say it was to learn and also think along the line of innovation. Because as at the time that I have started my business, I had to be able to innovate and also be able to scale up my business. So seeing the post of African EU and coming in as an ambassador, it was a matchmaking for me to join the program, to be able to learn, upscale my skill, and also be able to innovate. And also to add, it is also seen as a platform for me to be able to network. So starting the business, I learned that networking is very relevant in terms of getting what you need, or as a business, you need to network and have a broader scope so that you'll be able to meet your target or meet your needs. And as I speak about networking, it is also all about customers. You need to connect with your customers. So I realized that this is a huge opportunity for me to also join the African EU project as an ambassador, to be able to do all these things, and as well also to be able to impact my community as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Francis. It's nice to hear that African EU has helped you to scale your business. So, as we continue, I would like to ask you
Hello.
from perspective, how do you believe the African EU project is making a tangible impact on young
Hello.
African entrepreneurs? Are there specific success stories or examples that stand out to you? Jude, would you like to answer first?
Yes, thank you very much for the question. So to me, I believe African Union is having a major impact. I strongly believe like African Union is having major impact on young Africans. And I have one in particular. This story I like to always share it every now and then. Anytime I come across, anytime I'm given the opportunity to share my impact story, and it's very personal to me. It's because I was the one. I was the one that invited this friend of mine, a colleague of mine, to join one of the webinars we had. I think that webinar we were talking about how to structure your business model. Unknowing to me, this guy is stoked. He was at that stage that he needed more clarity on how to structure his business, how to build a business model, and how to how to apply for grants. So I just told him that join the webinar. I did not know, I did not have that prior information. So I just told him to join the webinar. And after the webinar, he was literally screaming and shouting that he got the clarity he wanted. It was just right in time. Like he was just thanking me over and over. I felt so fulfilled. I felt, this sense of fulfillment that I just helped somebody. So to me, it's a big yes. African EU is helping young Africans to make impact stories, to be a better entrepreneurs. So for my own example, I can say that it's a big yes, and yes, that the impact is enormous. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Jude. Actually, it's really inspiring story, the one that you said, and really exciting to hear. Unfortunately, Francis has issues with the connection, so I might proceed with the next question for you, Jude, to answer, and then we can continue with Francis. So, could you tell us, Jude, as you know, entrepreneurship often comes with challenges. So, what are some common challenges you have observed among young African entrepreneurs, and how does African EU address or overcome these challenges?
Okay, thank you very much. Uh, like you rightly said, there are a whole lot of challenges facing young entrepreneurs, and one particular one is networking challenge, because it is there's one thing to have an idea or a product. There's another thing to identify who you are selling it to or who you are pitching it to. So I have realized over the time that networking has been a major challenge to African entrepreneurs. They find it very difficult to network with their customers, network with their stakeholders, network with whoever it is that is buying their product. So African EU has solved this problem by creating a networking opportunity for for young entrepreneurs, to a platform for young entrepreneurs to network for a use case like programs we do, virtual programs, the seminars, webinars we do, and even our boot camps. I've seen scenarios whereby people come around, they came to learn, though at the same time to network to better sell themselves to their customers, so to their potential customers. So African Union is solving another problem or challenge African Union is solving is the knowledge gap, because it is very important you have the right knowledge to navigate yourself in the market. So African EU has actually solved the problem by time to time training webinars, training young entrepreneurs, like these are the things you need to know. This is how to apply for grants. This is how to do this. This is how to, so that knowledge gap has been, I think, has been bridged, and it has really helped to for helped young African entrepreneurs to do better and to know better on how to approach things.
Perfect. Thank you, Jude. Actually, it's really nice to hear one of the aspects that African EU project has, and this is networking. So I would like to give the floor to Francis, and I would like you to tell me, as you know, entrepreneurship often comes with challenges, and could you just tell us what are some common challenges that you have observed among young African entrepreneurs, and how do you think African EU address or overcome these challenges? Francis, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much. The challenges that I would speak about is basically when you look at African young entrepreneurs, when we start, the knowledge base as to what to do, what to put together, and even putting the business itself together is a challenge, because you might equally have finance or whatever you might need, but the knowledge base as to how to run the business, testing the business, looking at the business, if it even good for the market, doing a lot of analysis. Sometimes we don't have that particular knowledge about it, the tools and these things that we need to do that. So I would say that that particular aspect is a challenge. And another thing is the knowledge base of not knowing, like being hidden from the knowledge, like you don't have the information, like that is the essence of information. We lack the information, because going forward, before I joined African EU, there were some tools that I didn't have knowledge about, something like crowdfunding and other stuff that I didn't even have knowledge about. And that is the same challenge that other people are facing out there. If someone knows about crowdfunding, maybe they have
Okay, technical issue as well. So we should proceed with the next question. Jude, for you. The African EU project emphasizes collaboration and network, as you mentioned before. Can you share any instances where collaboration among ambassadors or with external partners has led to positive outcomes for the project and its beneficiaries?
So for this, I the one that comes to mind is the last boot camp that was done at Abuja. That was done in Abuja last month, I think September or thereabouts. And there is one that particularly interested me. It was the team I belong to. So that there was this man that traveled like 6, 7 hours to attend the boot camp, and he has a product he is selling. I think a ginger or so. He met somebody else in the team on the team that has something that aligns well with his products, and they exchange contact, and we hope they come up with something meaningful from that collaboration. So instances like this have helped young entrepreneurs to collaborate. That's the only story I know for now, like whereby people from my team met together and collaborate, and I really hope there is something meaningful that is going to come out of it. So uh, African EU has provided a platform whereby we can actually come together and collaborate, and also to bring something meaningful out of such collaboration.
Perfect. Thank you, Jude. Thank you for pointing
And,
out the impact in collaboration. And I would like to proceed with the last question. And let's close actually this beautiful discussion on what advice would you give to young Africans who aspire to become entrepreneurs? Are these specific lessons or experience from your own entrepreneurial journey that you think would be valuable for them to know? Jude, would you like to answer to that first?
okay. Number one, maybe I'll say 2 or 3 things for young entrepreneurs. Number one, I'll say you need to expose yourself to knowledge. I think that's one of the things that will really help you to be outstanding in your field. Expose yourself to the right knowledge. Know know what communities to join. Know what group to fall to. Like for me, as a use case, I one of the things that has helped me in personally is the fact that I was exposed to African EU project. I used to think I know how to pitch, not until I went for the last boot camp and I realized that in my mind I thought I could pitch, but it was when I got there I was given the real life challenge, and I was nominated by my team to go out and pitch, and I was fidgeting because it was that was my first time. I have attended a lot of pitch deck, but that was my first time doing it myself, and that has actually done a lot in my mindset. I believe I can now do it better. So that's the fact that I go for knowledge. I expose myself to boot camps like that has helped me to be a better person. So young African entrepreneurs, expose yourself to knowledge. Secondly, join the right community. Join the right community of people that are passionate about things you are also passionate about. Just like I said with African Union, I'm passionate about innovation, networking, and better exposing my community to opportunities. Same as African EU, I joined and I was able to do that in a bigger scale to better expose people to innovations and networking opportunities. Also, I would like to say they should also identify their passion. They should identify what works for them. Don't just do things by trend. Don't do things because every other person are doing it. Identify what works for you. It will make you to be outstanding in your field as well. And also, uh, have a structure, have a good business structure, just like what one of the webinars we've done at African Union, like exposing you to the right business structure. So have a good business structure, good business model as well. Like understand the market, know what works, and know how to approach it. So I think this will really, really help them to be a better entrepreneurs. That's my free advice. Thank you.
Thank you, Jude. Thank you for sharing. So, Francis, what advice would you like to give to young Africans who want to be entrepreneurs?
Okay. Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you perfectly. So, what
Okay.
advice would you like to
Thank you.
give?
Thank you very much. The advice I will give here is that for the start, you need to understand that it will not be easy as a journey. That is for the start. And you have to understand that you have a goal, you have a target, and you have your objectives that you want to achieve. So it starts from there. So once you have a goal, you know where to go to, you know what to do. So I will talk about the essence of networking as it aligns with the objectives of AfriCon EU as well. You need to network, but network with the right people. Go to the right people and do not be afraid to ask people. Do not be afraid to go to people that you think they might be in the position to help. And I also say that you have to take up opportunities. When you hear things that align with what you are doing, you hear programs that fit what you are doing, you have to be able to tap into it. Just go forward. Don't be afraid. Go forward and take the challenge and join whatever opportunity that you see or hear on the internet that you think it's very fitting for your journey. You have to be able to take up that particular opportunity. And as an entrepreneur, you just need to understand that you are creating value. So once you are creating value, then you need to value what you are doing as well. So you have to be able to take up those challenges that come your way. Take it as a lessons and learn as to how do I correct these ones? How do I deal with these ones? And also understand that out there are a lot of opportunities. Out there are a lot of people doing similar things as you are doing. So think about how best do I do it to be different from what is being done out there. So my advice to the young entrepreneur is to be able to network. You have to take networking very, very serious. And innovating to meet the target market, to meet the needs of the people that you want to also uh, offer your services to. And you have to be able to understand that entrepreneurship journey comes with risk. So you need to sometimes take risk and also understand that you have to search for because of the goal ahead of you. And I will also talk about passion. Sometimes you might have passion for some things, but if you don't take care, you will not be able to achieve it because of some obstacles that you might see on your way. Once there is passion for it and you have that vision to reach there, you need to search forward, move ahead, and take up opportunity. And also, don't forget to learn. You have to also learn. You have to also learn. You take up any opportunity, anything that you think is very knowledgeable for you to also learn. You have to take up that challenge and learn as well, and also move towards areas that you think that you will get relevant materials, relevant tools to scale up your business. Thank you.
Thank you, Francis and Jude, for your answers. So that was episode 12 of Digital Innovation Talks, the last episode of African EU Vidcast series. Thank you so much for watching and being with us in all of these episodes. To every young African entrepreneur, your dreams are the seeds of tomorrow's transformation. Until we meet again, may your journey be filled with success and impact. Here's to a brighter future. Thank you, Jude and Francis, for being here with us.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.